how I fixed my nerd posture from this to this upright straight posture. For the early years of my teenage life, I've always had this nerd posture because that was like 4 years ago when it was the COVID-19 outbreak and there was lockdowns and we all had to stay at home. I would be sitting on my desk for school and doing work, playing games for like most of the day without doing any sports, workouts or activities. I barely even stood up to walk around and I just stayed on my desk, slouched over, having a bad posture. And soon this posture maintained itself for the most of the day, so I would be standing around, walking around with this slouched over posture. I didn't really like how I looked last time, so I would avoid looking at the mirror for too long or look at pictures of myself. But one day I looked at a picture of myself and I saw how rounded over my shoulders were, how sunken my chest was, me putting my hands in my pockets making the posture worse, and my neck pointing forwards. I looked like Master Oogway. I had this turtle, shrimp, nerd posture for the early years of my teenage life, and I looked like shit. So obviously I wanted to look better. I wanted this upright, straight posture which I can look taller, which I can have a better silhouette, which I can look better in photos and all. So I started improving my posture, correcting this nerd posture. There are 3 ways to fix this nerd posture. Firstly, it is stretching. Stretching is like the non-negotiable must-do thing. The first thing you must attempt before you can correct your posture. Why? To understand this better, I'll give you an analogy. Imagine your back, your upper body is like a piece of long Play-Doh, like a Play-Doh, and it's kind of rounded over and it's hardened. So since this Play-Doh is hardened, right, you can't bend it like to a different new shape, otherwise it might break, but your back wouldn't break. But so in order to bend this back, this piece of Play-Doh into a new shape, you must stretch it, you must mold it, stretch it around, I don't know, so that it's flexible, it can bend around and move. And once it's flexible, through stretching, you can mold it to a new shape, a straight back, after stretching around. So that's why stretching is the most important and it is the first step you should do. So there are many types of stretches, like in yoga, in warming up, whatever. But I've been only doing 3 stretches mostly. The first stretch I like to do most of the time is the cat pose, but not on the floor, against a wall. So how you do this is you go to a wall, you face the wall, you step like 2 steps backwards, and you bend your upper back forwards towards the wall while raising your hands above your heads. So you keep your forearms or like your elbow pressed against the wall, and then this part of your arm and your chest does not touch the wall. So only this elbow and otherwise your forearm is only in contact with the wall. And then you bend, you lean in and sink in towards the wall to stretch your upper back. This would help fix your rounded neck, like if it's like this or if there's a hump, sometimes. and then it would straighten your back a little, your upper back. Another stretch I like to use is the chest opener. So how to do this is that you put both hands behind your back, you interlock your fingers, and you pull your hands as far as possible away from your body while you keep your chest open and stretched out. This would crack your back at first, but don't do it too fast, otherwise you might injure your back. Do it slowly and keep it there. Stretch for a long time so that you can feel the stretch and it's more effective. I like to do this most of the time also. You can do it while standing, you can do it while sitting down. In class, while you're looking at your teacher, you can just stretch a bit with this chest opener stretch. And then the third stretch or movement is I'm not sure what the name is, but I would call it the double chin movement. So how you do this is you push your chin all the way back until you create your double, triple chins. And you can do this while sitting down, standing up, or against the wall. So how to do it with against the wall? You have your back facing the wall, and then you step forward one step or two steps. Place your whole back against the wall, touching the wall, while your legs aren't touching the wall. And then you push your head back and try to pull the back of your head as high up as possible. So you create this kind of straight back, and also your neck straightens along with your back. Do it in reps. Do 10 to 15, I don't know. I don't really use this movement a lot, but sometimes it might be helpful to reinforce having that straight posture for your neck. So secondly, the second step to fixing your posture is strengthening your muscles. It is an important step to fixing your nerd posture and then to maintain your new nice upright posture. So in order to strengthen your back muscles specifically, you should do activities like sports, anything that keeps you active and moving around, like whole body movements. And then you can also strengthen the muscles even more by doing exercises, back exercises. It can be like yoga, Pilates, I'm not sure. But I use the gym. I do face pulls, which work the traps, upper back muscle, and I do deadlifts to work the lower back muscle and the whole posterior chain. So with these two exercises, you can strengthen your back muscles which help to keep your back upright and keep it there for most of the day. So the third way is something I've not heard before. It's something I use personally. I thought that it was quite helpful for me personally. It would be taking deep breaths. You know how people say in order to take a deep breath, right? You must have your chest open, and then you can take a full deep breath once you have an upright posture, because when you slouch, when your chest is sunken, it's hard to breathe in fully and all the way. So let's do this together. Open your chest, stretch it out, pointed outwards, not sunken, and then inhale. Exhale. You notice how when you do this, right, when you take a deep breath, a full breath, not shallow breathing, your chest rises and it naturally opens up. So I reverse engineer this by saying to myself, to have a good posture, I must do deep breathing. to maintain maintain this upright posture with my chest open, I must have the habit of deep breathing. So I can do this anywhere, anytime. Sitting down, standing up in class, just deep breathe. Walking, deep breathe. So I use deep breathing as like a reminder to ensure that I keep this upright posture, that I maintain this good posture. And I think it's quite helpful for me. If you try it out and you think it helps, please do so. And deep breathing also have other multiple benefits for you also. So kill two birds with one stone. And in a practical way, how I do this is, imagine you're slouching like this. So I open up my chest, I take a deep breath, and then maybe sometimes your shoulders are still rounded, but your chest is still open. Your chest is open. So to maintain your posture even more, or fix it even more, you can shrug your shoulders up, pull it back, push down. With your chest still open, and now your shoulders are not rounded forward, they are pushed back. Like you have this more upright and open posture. So you emit confidence in yourself, you look good, and you look bigger, I guess. So all this takes time and practice. You can't achieve a straight posture if you've been living like a shrimp, having a turtle posture in one day, right? So you must stretch regularly. Stretch being the foundation. So when you wake up, you stretch, do the stretches. When you're sitting down for too long, you stand up and take a break. You walk around and stretch. And then before you go to bed, you stretch. After a while, your posture would improve. You will look better. You would have a more upright posture. So far I've been telling you what to add into your life, the good habits to add into your life. But how about things to subtract in order to extra benefit your posture? So things to subtract can be like sitting down for too long, because not everyone can keep a upright posture, right, while they are studying, sitting down, because your focus isn't on the posture, it's on the task. So naturally you would start to slouch or have a bad posture. So to subtract sitting down for too long, you can have like shorter periods of sitting down, and then go take a break, stand up and stretch. Do your stretches, walk around, reset your posture. And another bad habit I've been observing, right, I've been seeing in people is when they use their phone, we would naturally look down. But some people look down, like they bend their neck 90 degrees like this. That would like obviously round your neck, right? And then you will have shit posture if you do that all the time, looking down, and even 90 degrees looking down. So you can subtract those times when you look down too much. And that's it. That was how I improved my posture and changed it from the nerd shrimp Master Ugui to this upright, tall posture. You know how we as students have to sit on the floor for assembly and like watch the presenter or like teacher talk in front, and then everyone's slouching whilst seated on the floor, and there's this tall guy who's not, and you're seated behind him and he's totally blocking your view. I'm that guy, I'm that tall guy blocking your view.